Alright folks, welcome back to the second part of our mold making videos. So it's been about 2.5 hours since the last video was filmed. You can see that our molds are nice and hard on the inside. That's exactly what we want. And so now time to get them ready to go in the oven. So as I was saying before, you can see these two have the green straws, so I know this is the same. These two have the pink straws, so I know these two are the same. Start by cutting off the tape. Sometimes these get stuck. These are bobby pins that held the straws on in the first place. And so we will save them to reuse later if we can. Sometimes plaster actually gets into the straw, making, you got to pull it out with a pair of side cutters and making it very difficult to remove. Basically you destroy it. But if we can reuse them, we will. So we have to scrape the plaster down. Really, it would work fine if it was level with the flask around it. But really I like to scrape it a little bit below the rim of the flask. And the reason being is that this is going to go upside down on the casting machine, and we have to have a good surface or good seal. So we need, we can't have the plaster sticking up higher than the rim of the flask. Otherwise you won't get that good seal. And then you're trying to scrape this thing level when it's 800 degrees, which is not any fun. Not to mention when you're actually casting, time is of the essence because casting temperatures are critical and we don't want it to be cooling off because we're scraping away at the bottom of this thing. So what I do is I take the edge of the blade, kind of ride it around the rim. That way I know the outside is lower, and then I just kind of scrape across. So I feel the blade. I don't know if you can hear that knocking noise. That's the blade hitting the edge of this rim. Right? So once I've scraped the center section enough to hear that noise, then I know I'm below. And if I take this tool, just anything flat, put it across, I can see light coming through there. I know it's below the edge. So this one is now ready to go in the oven. Give it a quick brush. And we want to pull the rubber base off. And there we go. So now inside there is the bottom of the ring that's inside this plaster. So what's going to happen now is we're going to put it face down in the oven on some little slats that allow it to, you know, have air underneath, and the resin ring that's in here and any wax is going to melt and evaporate, and then we'll be left with a mold ready to fill with silver, so, or whatever metal you're using. Always have a paintbrush handy. I find these super helpful for cleanup. And so then this is going to go in the oven. We'll just go ahead and put one in there now. I'll bring the camera over so you can see it when it's done. But it's going to bake in the oven for 14 hours. Takes a long time and you slowly cook it, and there is a program that you have to use to step up the temperatures in different cycles for different lengths of time, to make sure that you have a good burnout. If you don't have a good burnout, what's going to happen is there's going to be wax or resin still inside the mold cavity, and then that will show up as an imperfection in your casting. So let's go ahead and get the rest of these all scraped and ready to go. Alright, now they're all stacked in the oven. I got the purple ones on this side and the green ones on this side. And the reason I did it this way is because the purple ones are identical and the green ones are identical. And I'm going to start off casting both the purple and the green at the same temperatures. Right? And then based on those first castings, how they come out, then I will adjust my temperature if I think I need to for the second ones of each. Since I'm going to be starting off with both at the same temperature, I'll do them one right after another. That way I don't have to pour the purple and then wait and see how it came out and then pour the other purple. Anyways, it's just faster this way. I've left about a finger gap in between everything so that I'll be able to get my tongs in there later to pull them out one by one. I'm going to go ahead and close the oven, turn it on. Now, like I said, this is going to be set to a 14-hour burnout. Programming is probably another video for this oven. And there it goes. It is now started. And in 14 hours, we'll be pouring silver into those. Thanks for watching.